I was right. I don't know if you can. I'm still in studio mode here. I turned off the sound there. So the Go language was developed at Google. So there's an introduction here. I would like to learn like Rust, Golang, and Kotlin because
Ivan
I've
says,
done Android programming, but
Just
only
try
in
a
Java.
tour of Go.
A tour of Go. So maybe I've done enough CV stuff today. Okay, yeah, the tour at the site where I was, right? Yeah, so I've actually seen people using it. And it's kind of similar to C, but they've cut stuff away, right? So
You can gel all basic stuff from it.
yeah, we could do this. Let's do it like this.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, VR, for not jumping on JavaScript, because I did JavaScript before, and it's not new and fun in the same way. And also, it's a scripting language, and it is mostly for the web. And I kinda know it, and it has very similar syntax to, that's why it's called JavaScript, to Java, C, and others. And it's not very hard to jump between them for me. So this is something totally new that I'm very interesting. So I will look at this as soon as I finish my call with my mom, and I'm thinking I'll put the robot up, and you can play with it for a bit, and I'll be back. I can still be online, but I'll mute myself when I talk to her. So I'm going to need the browser here to connect to the store. So this is the food store that I'm going to shop online on here. So we can just click food and then it's done.
After a tour of Go, you can read Effective Go.
Okay. I'll do this on stream in, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. Okay. So I can continue.
That will be enough for the beginning.
Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming it's, not as odd as Rust, because that seems odd. We'll see. We'll see what I think. So I'm going to put the
Rust
full
is very
screen.
complicated.
Yeah. So it looked kind of complicated. I'm going to actually just mute myself and call my mom and do the shopping here on the website, and then we'll continue. So you can play with the robot if you want to. There are also, if you want harder level of difficulty, you can try this. Let's see. We also have this. If you want to challenge yourself, you can try picking up different things there. And if they fall or anything, I'll pick it up. This one is tricky. And you don't have a full 3D view. I can do this, so you're gonna get a grip of the 3D anyway. But I'll be focusing on my mom now for a bit. So I'll be pausing myself, and then we can continue. So I'm muting now, and you can go try the robot for now. So I'll be back soon. There, so I've been shopping for my mom. Finished. I do need a bathroom break though. It's just my like third today, right? All day. Does that mean I've been drinking too little? Probably. Um. So a new challenge, something to change. The end of the day, making it a bit more. We need some learning, not just learning how to bake a better CV, right? So, testing go for the first time. Okay. And this won't be mega long because time flies, and also it is almost 22, and I need to get up tomorrow. Need to get up in the morning. I'm guessing we should do software now, right? There. About this, someone mentioned that I'm not online here. I guess I should actually check that thing out. Quick bathroom break. You have the commands there for. Let's do it like that so you can see better. I'll be right back. I'll also check on my family. Oh, those legs. I can feel them. Och så måste du komma ihåg att du kan byta format också. måste gå och sätta mig. Ja? Jag går och fortsätter där borta. Det blir jättegärna varmt alltså. Det är så varmt där borta. Men det börjar bli svalt ut också. Men tänk på det. Prata med dem, mejla dem eller så berätta. Det vore ju skitviktigt. Men jag messade om det innan jag kommer där. Så imorgon. Oh, I have such a training ache now in my thighs. You know, it's not 2 days yet, but tomorrow it is, and tomorrow I will be doing it again. That's the plan. Will I be able to? I might not be.
VR Mechatronics says, "Hi again, I back just now."
Oh, right, and I think we dropped everybody else though, because it's 3 viewers, it says. But maybe that's just Twitch. We never know. Welcome back, VR. Welcome back. So, let's quickly check out this, right? Let's close the robot down, and let's look at this, and let's make it stream friendly, right? Big text. I do have a bit my throat is starting to go a bit, but it's not from the allergy nose spray. I don't think it's from me being sick. So I'm not sure whether it helps or not if I stop talking. I checked on my kids and everything too. So I won't be streaming for eternity now, but we can continue for a bit, and let's do a quick look. First look at Go for me, and I can see at once that it looks very, I can read this, and let's just check. Actually, this seems to be more like how it works than theory of the language. So, let's see how it reads this.
Hello. Welcome to a tour of the Go programming language. The tour is divided into a list of modules that you can access by clicking on a tour of Go on the top left of the page. You can also view the table of contents at any time by clicking on the menu on the top right of the page. Throughout the tour you will find a series of slides and exercises for you to complete. You can navigate through them using previous or page up to go to the previous page, next or page down to go to the next page. The tour is interactive. Click the Run button now, or press Shift plus Enter, to compile and run the program on a remote server. The result is displayed below the code. These example programs demonstrate different aspects of Go. The programs in the tour are meant to be starting points for your own experimentation. Edit the program and run it again. When you click on Format, shortcut, Ctrl+Enter, the text in the editor is formatted using the GOF tool. You can switch syntax highlighting on and off by clicking on the syntax button.
When I was going to the
When you're
store,
ready to move
I
on,
came up with
click
an
the right
internet
arrow below
portal
or
for
type
3
the page down key.
customers, the 1 owner of the place, the 2 originator and the 3 investor, so that they could meet and chat live with WebRTC.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to focus a bit on this, and my throat is going a bit sore. Maybe I should have stopped, you know. And I think you can hear it now too. But we'll see. I'll try and focus on this. But all ideas are good, you know. Learning and ideas, that's what makes the world, is it not? And actualizing the ideas too from what you learned. So we run this and we surprise got this message. Now I want to know the details of the syntax, you know. So when you click format, editor is formatting the text. So if we click format here, let's destroy the formatting a bit. So if we click format now, it will do that, okay? As if we were here to learn this. I guess we click here. Well, we want English. So funny collection of languages. The store is available as a style and brand that you can use without internet access. Okay. The tourist builds up a playground. Let's go up and look what the message said here. A lot of automatic messages. Effective Go. Let's have that up to, or Google rather, right? So it's the docs. It's docs. So this is the kind of thing that I could start the TTS with while I make food or something. I remember I read, was it? I think it was Visual Basic long ago, kinda, like 2000 anyway. So I was actually listening to the books while I was driving to work with my car every day, and you know, building the code up in your brain from listening to a TTS reading it. It's kind of like strange, but you get used to it. It's very odd, very, very odd. It's actually probably being code in here, right? So you would definitely want to read stuff really, for real, you know, things like that. The service receives Go program, compiles, links, runs, and returns the output. There are limitations to the program can be run in the background. Well, of course it's limited. Inside the
To
Go
run
playground.
WebRTC with Go language, you would need the following: Go modules. Go modules are mandatory for using Pyon WebRTC 1. So make sure you set export Go111 module equals on 1. Pyon WebRTC.
What is it?
This is a pure Go implementation of the WebRTC API
this is
1.
Long text.
You can use
Don't
it in
spam
both
the
server
TTS.
and browser side code with little to no changes. 23. WebAssembly, optional. PyOnWeb RTC can be used when compiled to WebAssembly, also known as WASM23. In this case, the library will act as a wrapper around the JavaScript WebRCAPI.
I'm focusing on this now.
Export Geo111 module equals on go get web link.
So yeah, but I'm not into this now. I'm going to look at this, right? So there's a 404 error on this one, my chat things. So as I told you, I'm not focusing on web programming, right?
Jordash3 says,
hello, welcome
hello,
in.
how are you?
I'm great, how are you? So, let's go to the, I guess, first tour of Go.
VR Mechatronics says, yes. Jordash3 hi. Jordash3 says,
I'm
fine.
wanted me to look
What
at this,
are you working
so I'm
on?
looking at this. But I can't look at everything at the same time, so I can't start something else in the middle of this. So every Go program is made of packages. Program start running in package main. This is the basics of Go, so if you want to learn Go, this is it. This program is using the package with import path fmt and math. So they parenthesis them. Okay. Mathrand, by convention, the package name is the same as the last element of the import path. For instance, Mathrand package comprises files that begin with the statement package rand. Okay. That's Siri heavy for. Oh, well, that was a mistake. I was going to click here, but then I decided not to. So we import. Let's see. We'll get a different number now for. So func main, package main. So the package has no start and end. It is the whole file, I assume, then. We don't know yet. This code groups the import into parenthesized factored import statement. You can also write multiple. Yeah, so this is prettier in my mind. This is not pretty. But it's good style to use factored import statement. Okay, so that's what people doing Go think. I can see the reason. I guess we run this too. So to actually learn this from here, it's like a normal like C printf fmt here is printed formatted print and the %g, and we have mass squirt. We don't know exactly what %g is. If the G means what it means. I mean, I can't think of a normal like usual type called G, but we'll see what the next page hopefully. So exported names. In Go, the name is exported if it begins with a capital letter. Okay. For example, pizza is an exported name, as is pie, which is exported from the math package. Pizza and pie did not start with a capital letter, so they are not exported. And this is like private public, I guess, things. When importing a package, you can refer only to its exported names. Any exported names are not accessible from outside the package. Run the code, notice the error message. To fix the error, rename mathpy to math pi and try again. Yeah. So prog go 9, line 9, character 19, I assume, math pi. So let's change it to capital Pi. So the function can take 0 or more arguments. In this example, add takes 2 parameters of type int. Notice that the type comes after the variable name. So x int, int. Okay, sure. For more information about type looks like, the way they do, Go declaration syntax. Well, they say it does, and it works, I hope, if we run it. And also, if it had been external, we'd have a capital A, right, from the last one. And return looking like kind of C similar style. When two or more consecutive named function parameters share a type, you can omit the type from all but the last, because the last one, yeah, okay. So it seems like people are they're crazy into minimizing the number of letters, and I'm more into making it easy to read, meaning import one thing, import another thing would be easier to read. And this is not the easiest to read either. It's not the most explicit thing. But here I can also see that the int is after the function here, in the same way as int is after here. And I didn't notice that last time. So, should we really run these? I assume their tutorial is not wrong, right? Multiple results. A function can return any number of results. The swap function returns 2 strings. Function swap. So we have in parentheses here then string. So this is a nice feature. I haven't seen any language having several returns like this, but I guess it's not actually this, it is. It's actually like one type, new type, that's 2 strings, right? So you could do that anywhere. AB, yeah, and that's in old Turbo Pascal used to call the sets, lika med in Swedish, sets equal. Yeah, I've noticed this before, that it has that syntax. So swap hello world and A, B. Yeah, this doesn't look odd to me, but let's just compare to here. So we didn't set any variables here. This is the first time, right? That's why I didn't see it before. So we could just have put this inside of here and it would have worked too, but it wouldn't have been as explicit so we could see both of the variables. So world hello. Go returns values. Return values may be named. Well, that's nice. If so, they are treated as variables defined at the top of the function. Okay. These names should be used to document the meaning of the return values. That's smart. A return statement without argument returns the named return values. This is known as naked return. A return statement without arguments. Oh, so we set them within the function and then, okay, I get it. I saw the example there now. It should be used only in short functions. Yeah, because otherwise you'll totally lose track. So I don't know if this is a good thing. Might be messy. Naked return statement should be used only for short functions, as with the example shown below. It can harm readability in longer functions. Yeah, definitely. You can still name them and then return them, I guess. We'll see. I guess they'll show us an example of that too. Yeah, so they just do. Yeah. I just read them off. Variables. The var statement declares a list of variables. And this is where I go like, what? But it's actually, the type is set here, right? But we'll see. I do not like when there are not explicit types forced on us, you know? The var statement declares a list of variables, as in function argument list. The type is lost. Yeah, and that's why they need a var at the start. The var statement can be at package or function level. We see both in this example. So these are package level and these are function. Well, this actually is function level. C, Python, Java, Bool. So, yeah, I was thinking like they're not set. They have a default value, and apparently bool default value is false and 0 for int. And they're showing us here that you don't get an error if you don't set a variable. Which could mean that you missed something in your code, right? I'm not sure I like that, though lots of places we can see that. Variables with initializers. A var declaration can include initializers, one per variable. If an initializer is present, the type can be omitted. The variable will take the type of the initializer. Yeah, I'm not a friend of this, but I guess it could be easier to type this way. And I can see why someone might want that, maybe. So var a comma j int equals 1, 2. So this is so odd to me, but it's just getting used to things. So this would send them both to int, and then I'm assuming here we just have the types, right? C, Python, Java, true, false, no. Oh, this is so ugly code. So warning for, they should have like a big warning sign here. Don't do this. Right? So bool string. And also 1, 2, of course, but they're explicitly ints. So, short variable declarations.
Literally everyone says.
Yeah.
Agreed, that should be illegal.
Yeah, and with literally everyone, well, everybody does it, right? Yeah, so declaring several in the same var. Well, or setting different types like this. But I see why it is this way. Let's go back to this one. They're just doing it the next step, because the reason this works, and it is because this might be the output from something. And then you need to declare it like this, right? You need to be able to handle this kind of syntax. So I say why it is like that, but I think it's ugly code. Inside a function, well, I will keep saying sets equals, because that's what I did
Pilfer
in
says,
Turbo Pascal.
I actually just finished writing a Go CTF challenge, easy difficulty, Dockerized too. If you want to try it, I can drop a link to the repo.
Yes, please do. We can try tomorrow or something. So tomorrow it's one of the morning streams, so I don't have a lot of time then, and maybe I will.
Web link.
Yeah, so let's look at it. So I will look at it tomorrow then, and I think I have uninstalled Docker from machine too.
Literally everyone says.
Found the flag. Smile, smile.
Pilfer says. Literally everyone absolute beast.
Alright. So, yeah, I'll look into this. You can see there, it's, you know. So let's go back. So I Googled this one too, so I had it up there. Yeah, so from Turbo Pascal that I learned when I was 12, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, 13, 12, 13. We said sets and then equals, the word for equals in Swedish. So I will do sets equals for these. I don't know how other people pronounce it. Inside a function that sets equals, short assignment statement can be used in place of a var declaration with implicit type. Okay. So that then. Okay, so K doesn't exist before this. So it does both. Okay. Outside a function, every statement begins with a keyword. So what? I guess you should call this something else, maybe. We'll see. Every statement begins with a keyword, var, func, and so on. And so okay, so this is only available in functions. I guess we should run the examples too. And follow the logic. We do I, j, set that to 1, 2, and k to 3, and then they do the ugly thingy. And then they print it all out, and we can see that the 3 has no difference from the 1 and 2 there. So Go's basic types are bool, string. I'm not going to read all of the types. Uint pointer. So yeah, byte is the same as this. Rude. Int 32. Okay, so this is Unicode. This bit. And there's float and complex. My brain is still waiting for the formatting here to be explained. This is println, and this one is the printf. And then we had G before, and now we have T and V. The example shows variables of several types, and also the variable declaration might be factored into blocks as with import statement. Yeah, so Okay. So, if you would compare to C, this word is like not necessary, but I guess this is a bit trying to be secure, right? Maybe? Maybe. The int, uint, and uint pointer type is usually 32-bit wide on 32-bit system and 64-bit wide on 64-bit system. When you need an integer value, you should use int unless you have a specific reason to use a sized or unsigned integer type. So let's run this, of course, too. So we have math here again, and now we have a square root too. And so an I here, would that be int, or would that be something else? I realize why they might not explain everything, but I would want that everything to be explained, you know? They just do stuff without explaining. So we can learn from it itself, you know? Because here we see that this means the type, and this is the value, right? So we can just figure it out from this, but it's too far to go back to the one which said G. To be bool false, max int. Okay. Yeah. And the complex 128. And those are these funny thingies here. Square root. Yeah, okay, so I is part of the number. Okay. Yeah, so then I get it. Complex. That's kind of interesting, right? Then we had func main. Because that was what I was thinking first when I saw I, but I didn't read this bit first. Printf, and then the type and the value of these three thingies. 0 values. Variables declared without an explicit initial value are giving their 0 value. Yeah, we noticed. So let's see them, I guess. So a string is just an empty string. It's a new one. Type conversions, the expression TB converts the value to type. Well, that's good. To have a common standard for all types. It works with all types then. We don't know yet because there are no strings in here. I'm not reading all of it, sorry. Unlike in C, in Go, assignment between items of different type requires an explicit conversion. Try removing float 64 or uint conversions in the example and see what happens. Okay. So uint f. Let's run it first. Oh my god, I've been streaming for 13 hours, people. Maybe that's why my throat is starting to be a bit sore. Yeah, so the type That's nice. Let's do this. We can change more things. I'm assuming that we don't need to remove those. And let's also do this. And run. Cannot use f, a variable of type float 64. Yeah. So so f is a float with this value. Right. So it read it as, even though I put other characters next to it, it read it as the variable name. Yep. Type inference. We're declaring a variable without specifying explicit type, either by using the sets equals syntax or var equals with expression syntax. The variable type is inferred from the value on the right hand side. When the right hand side of the declaration is typed, a new variable is of that same type. Right hand side is typed. Yeah, but I'm confused when they repeat the same thing twice, you know, because I'm assuming new information. Yeah. So I guess. Okay. But on the right hand side, it contains an untyped numeric constant. The new variable may be an int, float 64, complex 128, depending on the precision of the constant. Try changing the initial value of v and example and observe how the types are changed. So, okay, let's say I don't really feel the need to do this, especially typing the long one. I'll cheat. I'll copy. So this is obvious. I just don't like it. I like explicitness. Constants are declared like variables, but with the const keyword. So instead of bar, we have const. Can be character, string, boolean, numeric values. Const can use the sets equals syntax. Well, numeric constants. Rules. Numeric constants are high precision values. An untyped constant takes the type needed by its context. Try printing need int big 2. So we'll have to read this. I can't just move my mouse over it. And can store maximum 64-bit integer and sometimes less. Package main, import fmt again, const. Create a huge number by shifting 1 bit left 100 places. Yeah, in other words, a binary number that is followed by 100 zeros. So they use this for 2. Shifted right again, 99 places, so we end up with so okay, so we need to scroll here. Func need int x int func need float 1.0.1. So let's run it. Here GGF have this as a return. They're also doing the, let's see if we run the format on this. So sorry for removing the results, but it actually thinks this is good formatting. Seriously, this is not consistent. You should have it the same all over the place. Ugly. So so I'm thinking about the explicit conversion roles here. They are not here. So we can send this constant into both. The type needed by its context, meaning no conversion. Well, we could also look at the list. So this is what a for looks like. I do like parentheses, but yeah, why not skip them? Go has only one looping construct, a for loop. Basic for loop with 3 components separated by semicolons. Well, I kind of like whiles and things, right? But it's really just one thing, all of it. The end statement executed before the first iteration, the condition expression evaluated before every iteration, the post statement executed at the end of every iteration. So it's the same normal ones. The end statement will often be a short variable declaration, and the variables declared there are visible only in the scope of the for statement. The loop will stop iterating once the Boolean condition evaluates false. Unlike other languages like C, Java, JavaScript, there are no parentheses surrounding the 3 components. Yeah, I noticed that. And the brackets are always required. Okay, that's nice, because this is logical, always requiring these, you know. Though I kind of like when you don't have to, though, if it's just one line. Yeah. So let's run it to have it run. So for continued, the init and post statements are optional. So, okay. Meaning the condition is not optional. because there's no other way to exit, or is there? I'm assuming there is some kind of way to break out of this. 4 is goes while. At that point you can drop the semicolons while C. Okay, yeah. So you don't need the semicolons. So that's what we're leading up to. So what if you do just 4? I guess you could do 4 true. Because I assume true exists. Nothing else new there. Forever. Yeah, you don't need true. That was what I was thinking about. Can we skip it too? If you meet the loop condition, it's forever, so we don't need the true. Goes if statement go, I should say, right? Goes if statements are like it's for loops. The expression need not to be surrounded by parentheses. Need not be, so it can be, but the braces are required. Yeah, of course it can be parentheses, you know, because anything could be. I assume that that's just grouping normally. So let's also check this. So if return. So if with a short statement, like for the if statement can start with a short statement to execute before the condition. And I didn't actually listen to myself reading, so I'll read it again. It's 13 hours and 12 minutes since I started streaming. I don't know. What do you think? Like for the if statement, it can start with a short statement. Yeah. Okay. Variables declared by the statement are only in scope until the end of the if. Try using v in the last return statement. Well, we can see error messages when we try coding it instead. We don't have to look at them now. So we can add a semicolon here in this bit to make the scope this very tiny one. If and else. Variables declared inside an if short statement are also available inside any of the else blocks. Okay, good. Well, of course, it's inside the if statement. It's the same. I view those as the same, right? And that's what they do too, I guess. Both calls the power return the result. So here we have the G's again. So people knowing Go, tell me what this G is, because I'm curious now, you know. V seemed to be the value. Why are they using something else here? I can just Google. So hello. So my mom just thought of another thing to add to the. So it's kind of nice. I'm ordering food now. It will be delivered to her at 10, between 10 and 13 tomorrow. And I can change it until midnight. So she just wanted lasagna too. So this one. Right. Oh. Right, so I usually buy this one. There are actually 3 sizes of these. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. You can see if you want. So they have this tiny 390-gram one, then they have the 1 kilo one, and then they have the family one. Then they also have a luxury one. Oh well. And there's a chicken one, and there's a chicken tiny one. Everything to make life complicated. So I'll just get the biggest one, I think, because I think they will be hungry tomorrow. There. And also I know it's good because I usually order
VR Mechatronics says, my friend produces parcel lockers for food in Poland. You can place them next to the door and the courier leaves them inside.
So parcel lockers for food. You know, we order like 10-fold paper bags of food. It's not anything you can put in a locker. Something like that. She doesn't order that much. She had a kind of limited list. I'm just going to forward this because since I've already approved the payment, it will just be changed with this new value. I don't have to do it much. You must finish to end this. So I'm just continue, finish. So
can put the fridge in front of the door and the courier leaves it in the fridge.
Okay. So it's updated, and there's a new sum that I should write down instead of the old one I had. So I'm just going to let's do this. There. It annoys me that going to Google Sheets, you go to Docs and then /spreadsheet. I would like to be able to type Sheets and you go to Sheets Google.com, you know, that would be better. So now I need to change this one to this one, and that one needs to be a dot because it's there. So I'm keeping track of how much I pay with my money for her stuff. That's the only thing there. Yeah, so I was just looking this up. Oh well, 2 of the same link. So I wanted someone's explanation. You know, that's why I searched. This doesn't help, because this doesn't seem to be good. So floating point complex. So let's go back to this and see what was it that we had. V and lim, and V and lim. V. Yeah, so V is set up here, and that's what they were showing, right? So so if we run this one though, these are not really complex, right? They're just simple numbers. And also this is an interesting syntax here. Comma, comma, and the end parenthesis here. And I haven't really thought about it. Let's see if we go back another one too. Was this the one? If and else? Yeah. So they just didn't mention this yet. We'll see if they mention it. And I don't want to spend all the time googling when it might just be the next page, you know. So exercise loops on function. As a way to play with function in a loop, let's implement a square root function giving a number x. We want to find the number at c, which is for which c2 is most nearly x. Oh no, this isn't fun. Typically compute the square root of x using a loop, starting with some, I guess, c. We can adjust c based on how close. So it's mostly the time I'm thinking about. It's my bedtime. And I was thinking I could quickly go through these two and we can end there, but I'm thinking like I don't want to do math when I'm about to go to bed and my throat hurts. Programming fine, but not math. I had to remember stuff then from ages ago, but well, I'll just read it, you know. We'll see. I'm fleeing. Computers typically compute a square root of x using a loop, starting with some guess. We can adjust c based on how close we do is to x for producing a better guess. Yeah. Repeating this adjustment makes the guess better and better until we reach an answer that is close to equal square root as can be. Implement this. So this is the worst first programming example I've ever seen, because this is not a programming question, it's a math one. It doesn't remember this math right now, you know? So this removes the focus from the programming and puts it on the math. And that's the worst. This is the first actual test we have. We haven't had anything to do before this, you know? And I know we could probably just skip past it, you know, but I don't want to do that. But this is not, you know, it's a bad exercise. Bad Go. You should fix this. This is bad. I'm curious how many people starting this would just gave up here. You know, if they're new to programming altogether and they're starting with this, and then they see this, and they're like, nah, I have something else to do. I have to run now, right? I'm just too tired today. After 13 hours and 30 minutes.
Literally everyone says.
Remaths, wait until you get to Begint in Golang, whoever designed that woke up and chose violence.
Okay.
VR
I'm
Mechatronics
actually
says,
streaming at 8 tomorrow, so
when
that's
you
what I'm
back
thinking.
tomorrow.
So I'm starting streaming in 9 hours. So that's why I'm thinking I should go to bed soon. So 9 hours and 50 minutes, I'll start streaming again. Though I might, no, is it at 8? Yeah, because I used to start streaming at 7:30 and I moved it to 8, right?
Yes.
So we might do this and we might not, because my focus is the cybersecurity. I'm going to continue this, most definitely, and I will have this tab up until I'm finished with it. So I'm not abandoning it at all, but the timing, you know. I actually was going to finish my CV after stopping streaming, and I don't think I will have time to do that because it's 22:45. And I need to go to sleep soon, and I need to eat dinner first, because I didn't really. It was kind of like a kind of late lunch. I need a sandwich or something at least. So tomorrow on the morning, we'll see what I'll do.
Thank for stream.
Thanks. And please hold on for the raid, right? We want to raid someone. We can always look at the InfoSec streams. I'm not online, but I'm on top of the list because I'm streaming a lot. So it doesn't see that I'm
Program
online.
learning less than 3. Translated from Serbian.
Yeah. Yeah, so VR, this is not the most easy. I wouldn't recommend anyone to start with Go from reading this, because it's not all logical. I think Python can be annoying with it's actually the positioning of things is important. It's how it's controlled. But it's easier to get a grip of all the easiest. Yeah,
JS and TypeScript.
And JS, they're kind of the same, just with typing in a few things, right? Yeah, so JS, start with JS before you do Go, but I would suggest C# or Python to start with now, if you start programming. I wouldn't suggest JS because you don't have as much use for it, you know? You can do a lot of things.
Translated from Bosnian.
Yeah, so PHP could be your second thing too. You're very focused on web, I hear that. But I think you need to learn like the basic concepts, and it's easier to do that. Oh, I can see he said about adding stuff there. I'll close my phone. Because she called afterwards. But anyway, so I would start with Python or C# right now. If I want to do like scripting, I would start with Python. And
I
if
will
I want
do
to
something
make
big
a program,
for help people.
Okay, yeah. And you want to do it on the web? You can do, of course, Python on the web too. But yeah, you could do JavaScript, definitely. But so if you would learn C#, you would kind of know JavaScript. It's not that much change, you know, but it might be easier to test.
Browser or installed app.
Yeah, exactly. So you have more limitations for.
Or eBreed.
You know, you could do other JavaScripts too, of course. So let's actually find someone on Twitch here to raid.